So let's move on to the vegan. Now this one actually comes from my country. This one comes from Canada, and she's a very insane, crazy, psycho woman called that vegan teacher. The complete nonsense that comes out of her mouth is just mind blowing, completely crazy. So let's see what she's up to.
I don't love all animals and I don't love all people. However, I believe that I have no business slitting the throats of any of them.
Is there anybody in your life, in your family, who's let you down, who hurt your feelings, and you feel like, damn,
I just want you to keep in mind, imagine the amount of vegetables that this lady has murdered in cold blood. This woman has murdered more vegetables than anybody else. So she is very guilty of cruelty against plants and vegetables. It's terrible what she
can't
did.
believe I'm related to this person. It's super sad. They bring nothing but sadness to my life, and I wish I had a different family.
Vegetarian means that you still pay for the torture and the murder of innocent animals every time you drink cow's milk or eat eggs. So vegetarians are actually our enemy.
Like for me, my mom and dad have died, and I do have my mother-in-law who's still alive, but unfortunately she's starting to lose her memory. So
Yeah, so vegetarian is they don't eat meat, and vegan is they don't eat eggs, they don't drink milk, they just, they just like this, they wither away and they become skeletons because they can't eat anything.
and they say that, well, that's what society's for. That's why they have nurses, and that's why we can pay money for people to take care of our elderly.
And the thing is that, sure, if you want to be a vegetarian, you want to be a vegan, more power to you. But this is the absolute worst way you can do this activism. Absolute worst way. Because at this point, you are just you're so unbearable that you're putting people off to your cause. You're saying, okay, well, vegans are complete nutbags because take a look at this psycho bitch. So that's the problem with her approach.
But it feels somehow sad to me. It feels a bit wrong to just abandon family members.
That's it. Might cheer you up. Green smoothie. Mm-mm-mm.
I mentioned a few videos ago that that vegan teacher has been longing for her old life, which would be the only logical explanation for why she's been posting on her Miss Karen English teacher account old videos that she recorded of her previous—
There's no way she called herself Miss Karen, the teacher. Is her name actually Karen? That would be too fucking funny. Let me Google it.
young students. Not to mention that, but she lied about having a black granddaughter to deflect when she was being openly called out for being a racist. She used this as a shield, as a defense, and something seemed a bit fishy, a bit—
You can't make this shit up. Her name is actually Karen. It's her middle name. You can't make this shit up, man. Holy fuck. Wow. Yeah.
suspicious, so I went and investigated that and uncovered all the secrets behind her lies, which led to an even deeper rabbit hole that I also exposed. And once she saw that, she wasn't happy about it. She went back to making videos about me and showing imagery of me looking like a Klan member was her goal, which definitely didn't help her case. But it seems like me pointing this out and exposing this has caused a spiral for Miss Katie. And now she is once again talking about the family that she has left behind, the bridges she's burned, and the ties she's cut. And it seems to be filled with nothing but shame and regret, while of course trying to paint herself as the victim, which is precisely what she has done in this recent video that she uploaded, which is a very peculiar topic. She's talking about wanting to adopt a family, effectively, wanting to be adopted by a family in a sense, because she has no—
Why would anybody want to be associated with her on a personal level? Like, are you nuts? Are you completely nuts? What the hell is wrong with her? Like, no one wants to be around you. You're just you're like a rage baiter that has never stopped, and it's like you're still doing the bit. And when it's like, it's too late now, it's been going on for years, the rage bait isn't working anymore. It's like, just give it up. Like, give it up. Nobody gives a shit about your cause. You are making your cause look so ridiculous. It's like, whenever I listen to that vegan teacher, the only thing I'm thinking about is like a ribeye, or what's the steak that has the massive bone? The tomahawk steak. You know, the other day I made steaks that were so incredibly delicious. I marinated them in a beer. I put one Heineken and Montreal steak spice marinade, and it was so fucking incredible. It was so delicious. Like, I love meat, and whenever I see her videos, I'm like, let me go to the barbecue, man. Let me cook up some meat.
Family anymore. All she really has is her husband, who I'm not even sure if he's fully autonomous or not, because that man usually just smiles creepily at the camera and doesn't say anything. And then, of course, his mother, who's probably in a similar situation to him, to be honest. But she did have a family, right, in Canada, who she was abandoned by because they definitely didn't want to deal with her shit. I mean, she is a horrendous individual. Would any of you want to be associated with her? Probably not. So I wouldn't blame them. But this included a daughter, 2 sons, a previous husband, and then a plethora of other family members, aunts, uncles, etc. And she has completely cut ties with pretty much all of them because she believes that they mistreated her, that they laughed in the face of her veganism, wouldn't become vegan for her, and she absolutely despised them. These are her own words. Here you go.
It's like, lady, you are shoving your beliefs down people's throats, and people don't like that. They don't like that at all. Like, you know, take it easy, relax. It's too much. Like, the best way to harm your cause is to do this, is to act like a total degenerate and be an extremist, and then people are going to be like, yeah, okay, I want nothing to do with this cause.
But what about those of you who actually hate your families, don't respect them, detest them, are furious with them? Do you come out and say it to their faces? Do you say to them, I can't be friends with you, I can't sit with you, I can't look you in the eye because all I see is corpses inside of you? Are you brave enough to say that to your family members if it's what you truly feel? Now, Gary Yourofsky is somebody who talks about this. He's an animal rights activist, and he says that you should cut yourself off from your family pretty much at the age of 18 because the vast majority of families are fucked up and you need to get out there into the real world and see how others live.
But now she's blaming them for having cut ties with her, even though we all know that it is definitely her fault. But before we dive deep into that, she posted a couple of shorts that I want to talk about as well because I found them quite interesting. One of them is a person saying that they're vegetarian and vegan, which honestly sounds like it makes no sense at first, but then when you think about how the people in the vegan community describe veganism, which they describe in like a million different ways, but one of them, they always say that it has nothing to do with the diet, which is interesting because you would think that the diet is a requirement of veganism, but they say it's nothing to do with that. So technically, if somebody was vegetarian, by this logic, they could also be vegan because it's just an ethical stance against exploitation of animals, which has nothing to do with the diet. So you could still eat, you know, chicken, eggs, and all that stuff, and dairy and all that. But you're against exploitation of animals, so you're vegan, by their logic. But I'll let you guys form your own opinions about that, and let me know what you think after hearing this.
Responding to comments today, and here's what you say. You're vegetarian and vegan. Nope, it doesn't work that way. Now listen, the first clue is you didn't know how to spell the word vegan. It's V-E-G-A-N. Okay, so you got to get that right. Second of all,
Like, she is so extreme. She's such an extremist that she'll say that vegetarians are your enemies. So vegetarians are not eating chicken. They're not eating, you know, pig, not eating pork. They're not eating beef. They're just eating eggs and drinking milk and whatnot. That's still a step in the right direction in your mind, right? Like, that's what you want, is people not to eat animal products. Well, they're already doing half of it. Why are you trying to piss them off? You already have the omnivores completely pissed off and the carnivores completely pissed off because you're being a degenerate. So now on top of that, you're trying to piss off the vegetarian. So it's like, are you really trying to isolate yourself? It's so ridiculous. Oh man, she is entitled. You're right, Zayas.
Vegetarian means that you still pay for the rape, the torture, and the murder of innocent animals every time you drink.
So you're saying that animals are getting raped? Really? Like, is that what we're doing now? We're just gonna throw these words around because you think it's shocking. You're gonna throw these huge, like, insane allegations. Who the hell is going to a farm and just plowing the goat before they slaughter it? Like, you're so ridiculous, man. This bitch is nuts. Like, and that's why nobody trusts her. Nobody listens to what she has to say because she uses all these extreme words that don't apply. Like, by saying the animals are getting raped, it's like you're making a whole mockery of the word, like, of people that do get raped. So it's like you're being so yeah, like you're saying, nonsensical, man.
Cow's milk or eat eggs. So vegetarians are actually our enemy. They're not our friends. They're very cruel people who steal from animals. Vegans, we don't steal from animals, you know? You get it now? Okay, so I want you to rewrite this.
Did you hear how patronizing that was? You get it now? Do you get it? Do you get it? It's like, holy shit, calm the fuck down, lady. Holy smokes.
And I want you to say, I am vegan from now on, Miss Katie. Okay, you can do that.
No, I'm not gonna say
I got you. Looking forward to seeing you again.
That's as far as practice. Did you notice?
Just for you, Miss Katie, I'm going to go in my freezer where I have a large collection of meat. I have oxtail, I have veal, I have goat, I have tomahawk steak, I have prime rib, I have ground lamb, and just for what you said right there, I will cook the most succulent steak and my entire neighborhood will smell the delicious aromas just for you. I will do it for you, lady.
How it's stated quite clearly as far as practicable, which is something that they always quote when, for instance, somebody can't like get a medicine that they may or may not need unless there's a vegan alternative, and they'll just tell them, oh, it doesn't matter if there's not a vegan alternative. It's as far as practicable. So if somebody is vegetarian and that's as far as practicable for them, and they announce that they're vegan, well, then you have to honor that because it aligns with your...
No, unfortunately, I do not have venison, but I am extremely good at cooking oxtail. My wife will do it even better, actually. So when my wife makes oxtail, it's really, really good. My specialty is goat and curry beef as well as steak. But most of the week, I eat chicken. So I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to slim down. So I'm eating some leaner meat. So I eat chicken. But yesterday, I made a delicious meatloaf. Listen to this. There was pork, beef, and turkey. So it's a 3-meat meatloaf, and it came out real good. Real good. I was offered bear meat at some point, and I did not go for it. I did eat kangaroo meat, and I did eat horse. Horse, not anything special. It's just so tough because of all the muscles. So I do not recommend it. But kangaroo meat was kind of, whatever. And I did eat wild boar. Wild boar was pretty good, but very similar to pork.
Or definition, saying that vegetarians are your enemies is extremely backwards and quite detrimental to veganism as a whole. In fact, vegetarians are actually much better at reducing exploitation of animals than vegans are because there's significantly more of them. Estimates suggest that around 15 to 20% of people are vegetarian in comparison to roughly 1% of vegans, which means that vegetarians overall have a much larger impact on the reduction of animal suffering than you vegans do. If you really want to act like vegetarians are your enemies, then you're going to have to explain that in a way that makes sense, in a way that shows that they contradict your philosophy of reducing suffering and exploitation of animals, considering they're doing that more than vegans are collectively. How are they your enemies? Instead of you answering that, I can do it. It's simple. They're not.
I just want to point out that his background music is so good. It's really appropriate to the video, and I'm trying to listen. Where is it from? It sounds like Zelda music, but really, really good choice of soundtrack over here. It's really pushing his message further. I like it.
Sniffing the same moral superiority gas that you guys spew out your ass cracks every single day. Because the truth is, vegans like yourself, it's not about reducing exploitation to animals, it's about moral superiority and feeling better and above other people. That's what you care about. That's what veganism means to you.
Really? It's from World of Warcraft? That's crazy. It's really good. I like it.
Nothing more, nothing less. Because if it was the contrary, and you just believed in reducing animal suffering as much as possible, then vegetarians would be your friends, because they're doing that significantly more than the vegan community is, collectively. But hey, go off. This is why nobody takes you seriously anymore. And every single time you post a video, you get like 10 people who are just as delusional and B12 lacking as you are that glaze you, and then everybody else trolls you and talks shit about your cause.
Responding to comments today, and here's what you say. Hey, you love all animals, right? Did I say that? I don't love all people. I don't know all animals. Some of them might not be too nice to me. I don't love all animals and I don't love all people. However, I believe that I have no business slitting the throats of any of them or eating.
You're not slicing the throat of any animal. The butcher is doing it for you. Let's not exaggerate. Let's not be ridiculous over here.
Any of them, animals or people. I believe that people and animals have a right to live and to be free and to not be commodified, utilized, assaulted. They have a right to keep their families together, you know? You don't have to love animals in order to respect their right to just live with freedom. You know, I don't know if I should even bother reading the rest of this. What does it say? Why do you love lions? I never said I love lions. Tigers. I never said I love any of these creatures, okay? So your problem is that you're lying. You're assuming things that we never said. Being vegan is...
She's so ridiculous. I mean, when you think about it, why the hell do we have canines? Why do we have 3 different types of teeth? It's because we were made to eat meat. We're omnivores. We eat everything and we need it in our diet. If not, we would only have 2 types of teeth or 1 type of teeth. You know, it's complete nonsense, man. No one likes her. No one's buying her shit. And she made her entire career on rage bait. And now, you know, it's over. It's finished. Like, she should just give it up, you know, do a faceless channel, you know, play some video games, get busy, do something else. This isn't working. She's like throwing her entire life away for a cause that doesn't even like her. Nobody gives a shit about her. Her cause probably doesn't even want her to keep doing this nonsense.
It's not about loving animals. It's about simply not violating their rights. Got it?
So condescending.
Honestly, might cheer you up. Green smoothie.
That looks gross. No, I will not have a sip. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, not a chance. Not after the way you just violated that straw. No, thank you. Regarding the actual topic here, the loving animals thing. I mean, most people say that they love animals, right? You have a love for the animals. Doesn't mean like you love a random lion in a sense like that you would say like towards like a pet or something, but it's just a general love for something. That's kind of what they're saying. And she's saying, I don't even have that, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think she actually cares or loves animals. It's not even like she said, talking about it here, that she cared about the animals either. What she had said was that she feels she has no business taking things for them or eating them or whatever, you know? And she thinks humans have no business doing that either. That's another thing. What does this confirm? It's not about caring about the animals. She made that clear. She doesn't love them. She doesn't care about them. She just wants people to obey her.
Yes. That's exactly it. Well said. Have you guys seen that episode of South Park where Cartman joins the people that are against cigarettes, Rob Reiner, and then he's like, oh, that guy is awesome. He tells people what to do, and then all of a sudden you can't smoke here, you can't smoke there. That guy's incredible. It's not about the thing or the activism or the cause. It's just about telling people what to do. It's just this weird control fetish that she has where she wants to boss people around, and then she feels happy or she gets some type of endorphin or gratification when she converts someone, which I highly doubt she's ever converted anyone. But yeah, it's very fucking weird.
Follow the same philosophy as her to control others, which is why this has hit so hard with her family, because it's been about control from the very beginning, controlling them, forcing them to follow what she does, because she's a narcissist and a lunatic. And because they wouldn't conform to her beliefs, bend the knee and do as she says, she cut them off, or they cut her off. Not fully sure on that. It's probably a two-way street of like, I don't want anything to do with you, and they're like, I don't want anything to do with you either. But now she clearly regrets it, but doesn't have the humility or the B12 to understand that she is the problem. And I don't think she ever...
Yo, that was so dirty. She doesn't have enough vitamins to realize that she's the problem. Holy shit, that was good.
Will. I mean, she's made it to this age. She's been vegan for like 10 years or something and still hasn't figured it out. And I've actually outlined it in neon paint for her multiple times. And I know she watches my videos because the second I post one that she doesn't like, she makes a video about me and tries to dox me and get me fired from my employer. So we know that she watches the Omni King. But it is so interesting because most people are happy to admit that they love animals, that they have a love for all animals, a general love that is a real thing that she doesn't even understand. It's a concept that she doesn't even grasp, which is crazy because she's vegan. You would actually think that that was the reason behind what she does, that she has this love for animals and wants to protect them and save them from exploitation. But no, she just doesn't want humans to do something that she doesn't like. It's nothing but control.
Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT and here's what they said. Tinder, Badoo, Bumble, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, and a whole bunch more. These are all sites that you can go to if you want to find somebody to love, somebody to marry, somebody to date, or whatever. There's also one called Gay Royale. Anyway,
let me guess, she wants to make a vegan dating site. That would be pretty empty and lacking B12.
Thinking is that the people who make these sites are missing out on an entire market, and that is people who are trying to find new family members. Okay, so for example, I've had people come up to me and say, Miss Katie, I wish you were my grandmother or my mom because I don't have a vegan mom and it's low.
Really? People go up to you and say that? I highly doubt it. That doesn't sound real. I don't think there's anyone that has seen this lady and say, yeah, I would love to have her as my grandma. Hell no. Hell no. Fuck that.
Only, and you seem like you would be fun to hang out with
Cap.
on birthdays and at Christmas and things like that. And so I've also had people say to me that they wish they had a sister like me that they could talk to and hang out with at birthdays and things like that. So it occurred to me there must be a bunch of other people on this planet who also feel lonely that way. Like maybe there is somewhere around a man who didn't have a good father model in his life and would really like to have a kind of a dad. So this person might be 20 years old or...
What kind of brain dead moron shit is this? Like seriously, you're trying to make a dating site for family members to find vegans, for missing father figures. Like what the fuck are you talking about, lady? If this was a pitch to Shark Tank, you would see Kevin O'Leary saying, get the fuck out of here. You know, this is bullshit. It has no chance in hell of happening. I forgot his lines, but he would say, Mr. Wonderful isn't interested and just get the fuck out of here. This is a nonsense business pitch. Yeah, I'll take shit that never happened for 1,000. There
30 or 40 or even 50 and might be looking for a kind of new dad, somebody to hang out with. I don't know what men do. Go to baseball games, play chess, watch sports on TV. I don't know. So it occurred to me that this is something that's missing in life. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Is there anybody in your life, in your family, who's let you down? who hurt your feelings, and you feel like, damn, I can't believe I'm related to this person. It's super sad.
Yeah, that's how every single one of your family members feel right now. They feel let down that you are their mother or grandma, and they are extremely unfortunate to have you in their life. But luckily, it looks like they're not part of your life anymore. Fuck.
bring nothing but sadness to my life, and I wish I had a different family.
Yo, before I start grilling this malnourished.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fast forward because like I can only tolerate so much of this. So let's listen to one more speech, and I think we're gonna move on to the next topic because this is making me extremely hungry, very very hungry. Like I'm thinking about ribs, I'm thinking about chicken wings, and it's like I can't listen to this anymore. So let's do like another minute of this nonsense, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Oh, I don't know. It's sort of weird to, I mean, even though I'm 60 years old, it's kind of fun to have like a mom type figure around just to hang out with, you know? I mean, we do go Duolingo together and we cook together, but it just occurred to me that there must be more people who are missing family members. Like, let's say, you know, sometimes you hear about those big Italian families that have all these cousins. Wouldn't you like to have more cousins? Could be that you are somebody who's maybe 50 years old, but you never had a child, and you kind of would like to have a daughter, and maybe somebody who's 20 years old wants you to adopt her as your daughter. But it's also kind of a commitment that if one of you gets sick, you're going to visit in the hospital, you're going to sit at the bedside for hours or days even, making sure that person is okay. Just doing whatever the duties are of a family member. It seems nowadays that the younger generation doesn't feel a commitment towards their families. They cut off their families sometimes, and they say that, well, that's what society's for. That's why they have nurses, and that's why we can pay money for people to take care of our elderly. But it feels somehow sad to me. It feels a bit wrong to just abandon family members. But at the same time, if those people were mean to you your whole life, how much?
She's projecting a lot. We know, lady, that you're unbearable and that your family has had enough. So we know exactly what you're talking about. And they had enough of you. It's obvious.
Do you owe them to sit by the bedside and advocate for them?
So I know it sounds like she's talking about someone else, right? She's not. This is just a classic example of projection. And I know this for a fact because when I talked about her cutting ties with her family a couple weeks ago, this made her really upset, which I already mentioned, and she proceeded to then make some diss videos about me because she wasn't happy about what I said. And she talks about obviously not having her mother and father in her life anymore because they have both passed. And all she now has is her mother-in-law who is losing her memory. And it seems like she has met some sort of...
I find it hilarious that this guy is like trolling the fuck out of her and she's getting tilted and reacting to that.